and we did our presentation on the nutrient iodine.
Okay. So what is iodine? Iodine is essentially a trace element in our body. This means that element needs to function properly but are needed in very small amounts. It's mostly found within our thyroid gland and during our body's synthesis of thyroid hormones. Iodine is an important key component of thyroid hormones, which is hormones help to regulate our body temperature and metabolic rate. It's required throughout the life for normal growth, neurological development, and metabolism, and it's critical during pregnancy and breastfeeding. Iodine is a mineral found in some foods. The body needs iodine but cannot make it, and very little amounts are found in food unless it has been added. So can iodine be destroyed? Salt's iodine stability is affected by storage conditions. So it can be affected through moisture content of the salt, humidity of the atmosphere, light, heat, and other meteorological factors, impurities in the salt, acidity or alkalinity of the mixture, form in which iodine is present, and it can also be destroyed with heating by oxidizing agents. So the chemistry of iodine, the chemical form is I2. Other forms with no nutritional function or value is bactericidal agents, such as liquid forms to help treat and prevent infections. It's used before or during a sterile procedure, such as inserting a catheter. There's iodine crystals, which is a part of methamphetamine production, and it's a radioactive form, which enables doctors to diagnose disease and medical issues like goiter, thyroid cancer, hyper and hypothyroidism.
So how does iodine move through our body? First, iodine is ingested through food or supplements, and it's either attached to usually amino acids or it's found in a free form as an iodine ion. It's absorbed through our body in the small intestine, and after it's absorbed through the small intestine into the bloodstream, it's transported through plasma and concentrated in the thyroid gland. Once it's in the thyroid gland, iodine is used for the synthesis of thyroid hormones. And if there's any excess or unused iodine, it's cleared out through the kidneys into the urine. The functional role of iodine is primarily by the thyroid gland to synthesize thyroid hormones T3 and T4. Thyroid hormones help to regulate a number of autonomic functions through the hypothalamus pituitary thyroid axis, the HPT axis. It regulates our metabolism, so usually that means calories that are burned, which attributes to weight loss or weight gain. It also regulates body temperature, so thermoregulation helps control the heart rate, and it controls the rate at which our cells, our dead cells, are replaced with new ones in our body. So the recommended daily allowance, the RDA, for most adults is about 150 micrograms. For women who are pregnant or breastfeeding, these requirements are increased pretty highly. Pregnant women have an RDA of about 220 to 250 micrograms, and women who are breastfeeding have an RDA of 250 to 290 micrograms. And this is because proper iodine intake for pregnant or breastfeeding women are important for fetal and infant growth, as well as their neurological development. Here are the different types of food sources in which you can find iodine. Since iodine is naturally present in seawater, seafood such as fish and shrimp are great sources. It is said that 3 ounces of shrimp contain about 35 micrograms of iodine. This is around 23% of your daily requirement. Seaweed products, such as kelp, kombu, and wakame, have trace amounts of iodine in them. You can also find iodine in dairy products, such as milk, yogurt, and cheese. And of course, there's iodized salt. Iodized salt makes up a huge contribution to processed foods. This is over 60 to 80% of total salt intake in industrialized countries. And iodine is found in bread, milk, and processed meat. And similar to iodized salt, they have iodine fortified flour. Iodine experiences minimal loss of nutrients from processing, with around less than 10%. What are the effects of iodine deficiency? Since iodine is essential for homeostasis of the thyroid gland, hypothyroidism can occur in those who are deficient of the nutrient. Hypothyroidism is characterized by unexpected weight gain, a puffy face, fatigue and weakness, changes in heart rate, and forgetfulness. Another disorder caused by iodine deficiency is cretinism, which is impaired development of the fetus, which leads to the stunted growth of a newborn. And this can also lead to learning disabilities in the future. Cretinism is caused by the mother being iodine deficient during pregnancy. Another disorder is the goiter, which is thyroid enlargement, which is also due to deficiency, as shown in this picture of this man. And then treatments are incorporating iodine-rich foods into your diet, as shown in the previous slide, and iodine supplements. So who is at risk for iodine deficiency disorder? It is said that on a global scale, around 2 billion people are iodine deficient. This mainly affects people in areas where soil is iodine deficient or away from the ocean, where there's more resources of food. And this tends to be in higher mountainous regions, such as places in Central Africa, South America, Eastern Europe. Pregnant women and newborns are also at risk for iodine deficiency. This is most likely due to their RDA being higher than average. Although rare, iodine poisoning is possible. Consuming more than the recommended dietary allowance can lead to iodine poisoning. Symptoms include diarrhea, nausea, and vomiting, burning sensation in the mouth. Some more serious symptoms are cyanosis, swelling of the airways, having a weak pulse, or even worse, coma. As iodine deficiency had hypothyroidism, toxicity can cause iodine-induced hyperthyroidism. So this is characterized by tachycardia, muscle weakness, warm skin, and unexplained weight loss. Usually this is brought on by the overusage of supplements. And that concludes our presentation. Thank you. And here are our resources.